Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Jeff and I today. Today, we thought we'd go through some questions that have come in from clients in the past month from all over. Why don't we just get into it, Jeff? And I'll
Sure.
start with the first question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what is the account opening process like?
Okay, well, why don't you take that one?
Okay. Well, well, it's quite simple. Everything's done digitally these days. So basically, we just gather the information from each client and determine what type of account that they should go into, whether it's a registered account or a non-registered account. They have to provide ID, a void check, and give us some information on financial information. And we input it onto a system, and the account is opened up smoothly. It's very easy, very simple.
Yeah, via DocuSign. So you don't have to come downtown to physically sign any papers.
Yeah, all digital.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Can
Uh,
we ask? Can we ask that certain companies not be included in our portfolio? You take that
yes.
one.
Yeah. So we have a restrictions list. And so when we meet with a client or open a new account, we'll ask them if there are any sectors or stocks they don't want to own. Most of the time, people will say there are no restrictions, but some of the time, people will ask us not to buy anything. So we take that information, we put it in our restrictions list, and anytime we're trading on somebody's account, we'll consult with the restrictions list beforehand to make sure that we're not making a trade that is against the client's wishes. So, yes, you can have a restriction. Next question. Can I open an RESP for a grandchild, or does it have to be the parents?
Okay, so the grandparents versus parents. Yes, you can. Absolutely. So the information again is gathered from the grandparent, who would be the subscriber, and the information on the beneficiaries. So you can open a single plan or a family plan that has multiple beneficiaries. And we just have to get the social insurance number, birth certificate per beneficiary, plus all of the subscriber, the grandparents' home address, all their information, void check ID. And again, a very simple process through DocuSign.
Okay,
Oh,
you're next.
um,
Sorry, I
can
jumped
I make
ahead.
an RSP deposit but claim it for a refund in the future?
Yes, you can. So if you want to contribute to your RSP, but you're not in a high tax bracket, you would want to take that refund in the future because you'll get a larger amount back. So yes, you can do that. Make an RSP deposit now, but not use it in this particular calendar year.
Right. So
Uh,
kind of personalize it for your own tax strategy.
yeah,
So higher income years, you might want to use it at that time.
right. Um, do I have to pay taxes if I do not make a withdrawal from the account at National Bank?
What kind of account?
Oh, that's a good point. If it's an,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
So if we're doing an RRSP, a registered account, and you're not withdrawing from the plan, it is a tax sheltered plan. So therefore, there's no tax implications, right?
Yep,
If you're taking it out of a non-registered plan and you're triggering like a capital gain or a loss, then yes, there are tax implications.
right. Okay, last question. What can I do to minimize probate? So in Canada, we don't have an estate tax, but there's a probate tax. And boy, that's just a government cash grab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh, you can avoid that by gifting your assets to your heirs while alive. That's one strategy, and that's probably the easiest one to do. We're working on that with one family in particular, and it's
Mm.
working very well, isn't it? We're
Yeah.
transferring money every few months to the next generation. So
Yeah.
that's one. That's one. There are other ways, but that's probably the
Yeah.
simplest.
Like naming a beneficiary in your plans, like your registered plans, you're allowed to name a beneficiary. So those are the heirs that when someone passes away, it would be transferred to those people that are named in your account.
Yeah.
There's another one that's really good for the non-registered accounts, which is the joint with rights or survivorship, right? So if you have a joint account, if one of the parties passes away, it immediately transfers to the surviving person,
Right.
usually a spouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What other
Okay.
ways?
Yeah. I think that's it. So those are some of the questions we've gotten the last month. We tend to
Yeah.
only get personal finance questions. I almost never get emails asking about stocks or the market,
Yeah.
but that might be because we're writing our blogs every week. But
Maybe.
yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day.
Yep.
Talk to you
Okay.
soon.
Thanks, honey.